Hey guys, it is Blackman Fight Academy. This is Jordan and Luke. Today, well, first of all, like and subscribe if you haven't. We're trying to get our likes up on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, follows, whatever you call it. So if you could take a moment right now and do that, that would be awesome. We're going to go over something kind of interesting. It's not a submission that people land very often. I think it's only actually been landed in MMA a few times, and it's not very rampant in jiu-jitsu either. It's called the Peruvian Necktie.
Really, one of the things that got us into this video is a lot of people lose this, and we want to help you keep the head in position to finish this choke.
Yeah, and I will say this isn't my number one. It's not my go-to. We're going to be working kind of off of a sprawl position. It's not my number one go-to off of the sprawl. However, if someone reacts a particular way, as I'll show you, it can be a good option. So, right off the bat, I'll go ahead and throw it for you just so you know what it looks like. So, that is the Peruvian necktie. Now, we're going to be working off of the sprawl right here, okay? So, first thing I'll say is anytime you're going for this, you don't want to be on your knees. You go up against a wrestler and it's just not a good look. So what you want to do is, and here's where you go for this, okay? Right off of here, typically what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for a guillotine, or I'm looking for an anaconda, or I'm looking for a darce or something like that, okay? That's my number one option right here. However, a lot of times when you're going particularly up against higher level guys or people who've been training for a while, and maybe it's just someone who's panicking, they know when they're in danger, they lock up. You're trying to feed for that neck and you can't, okay? So this is a very good option for when that happens, all right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be taking the inside hand and feeding it through, okay? And you're not worried about getting right underneath the chin or anything. You're just feeding it through right here. I like to grab a harness grip. Pretend I'm on my toes just for the video. I like to grab a harness grip. Keenan likes to teach this gable grip. Either works, but what I want to do is I want to grab the harness, okay? I'm up on my toes, and I actually like to pivot to the hip that this hand is pointing on, okay? So I'm coming over here. If you want to come around. This is going to give me the space to walk this foot up over the head, okay? Now, as soon as you get this foot up over the head, you can fall towards that hip, which will give you the space to bring this leg up over. If you have really long, flexible legs, you can put it up here. Some people can finish it down here by the leg, but here's the finish application. You're not squeezing as hard as you can with your hands. All you're doing is straightening that leg, and you get the tap.
That does get tight.
Now, I want to point out some of the biggest mistakes that people make here is right here, right? So, first thing they do, of course I already said they don't come up on their knees. That's just kind of basic 101. But the other thing is they don't push off to one hip, so it's very hard to get this over. So here's what happens. They come right here, and when they sit down, the head pops out. Okay? The other mistake is they come up, they get the leg over, and they fall to this side, and it's really difficult for you to get this leg around to control him from rolling or anything like that. Okay? So, one more time, here's exactly what this looks like. You feed through, get the harness, walk over, you're falling to this hip. You're applying the Peruvian necktie. It's a really cool option if you can figure out the application, because it doesn't require nearly as much precision when you feed it. Literally just harness. That's all it is.
Yep.
And as soon as you can wrap one arm in, you harness. As long as you know how to do it, you've got the choke or at least the sweep. So
remember to do most of the work with your legs once they're in position.
yeah, it's really good for guys who aren't super particularly strong. You don't have to burn out your arms to squeeze. As long as you get the position, you just extend your legs and you'll get the choke. Yep. So thank you guys for joining us. Peruvian Necktie.
All right.